Hello? Hello?
Nobody remembers when they appeared. Some think they have been here since the beginning of time and space, or at least since the first human existed. Others think they came into existence more recently.
Stay inside.
I personally don't care where they come from or how they got here.
Stay inside.
I only really care about keeping myself alive. The copycats. That's what we call them. Most of the time they look almost human, trying to copy the appearances of their last victims. I say almost because they often appear as tall as the streetlights, or have big bulging eyes and smiles with too many teeth. Some of them can speak too, sort of as a way to lure us out. In reality, most of them aren't really talking, just reusing things they hear before their victims die.
Someone help me, please.
Their mouths never move when they speak, and they never move an inch when they do. But those who can speak don't sound human. They speak in tongues with deep voices that sound gentle, masking their violent natures, calling out for their victims, asking them to accept their fates, to finally accept death and come to them, the Reapers.
Kids, come out of your room.
They like to live in dark spaces, areas where you can't tell if they're human or not. Basements, alleyways, anywhere with a shadow to conceal them. The feds say to keep every corner in the house, or in my case apartment, bright, and to make sure all doors or windows are locked. Because once they get in, anyone inside will never come back out. I was sure that my apartment was safe, that I could live there forever. But recently, people have been running low on food. They have to risk going outside, opening the doors and letting the monsters in, forced to run through the masses of inhuman faces that flood the streets, growing as restless as we are. I see some of the braver people sometimes out my window. I see them running through the streets, only to be devoured by the copycats who fight over the scraps of the bodies. It's been weeks now. I'm almost out of food. I'm pretty sure the other people in my apartment building have died, either of starvation or by running into the copycats. I've noticed that the lights have been flickering in the apartments and that the rent forms have stopped coming in. I don't know if anyone else is alive. I don't know how long I'm going to last in this hell. Some people might say I'm the lucky one, surviving this long. Personally, I think it's hell. Watching as people I love die, as the world around me dies, as this new race of monsters climbs its way to the top of the food chain, wiping us out in the process. I'm keeping this journal in case I'm not the only one, in case there are others out there who somehow managed to survive against these monsters, in case someone finds me, dead or alive.
Stay inside.
I can't do anything but keep the doors locked and keep my neighbor's shotgun at my side, though I doubt the gun will do anything against them. From what I remember from the news, the military tried to use tanks against them, barely making a dent in the copycats' numbers before being consumed by the freaks. I managed to get into a few apartments and snag some food, but I was almost caught by one of the monsters that got in during the food runs. They know I'm here now. I saw one of my neighbors today, or I guess whatever saw them last. I remember that she was a nice old woman, with kind, caring eyes, and always helped other tenants with groceries. The kind of neighbor who would show up to your door when you first move in with a plate of cookies in hand. Now she was different.
Stay away from me.
Forced to become one of the worst disguises that I've ever seen a copycat use. I ran the other way when I saw her.